Hello everybody, Sergeant Glory here. Decided to come out and do an unboxing. I happened to be in a game shop the other day, and I know it's a couple of weeks after the release of Hour of Devastation, but I found this sitting on a shelf in a game shop, and I thought that I'd go ahead and pick it up and unbox it and throw it on the channel, because I love opening pre-release packs. Just in case anybody was wondering, this is the playmat is a Dragonfish of Tarkir. I think that's what it's called. It was done up by Andrea Raddick for Star City Games during the Dragons of Tarkir pre-release. I love this mat. I use it all the time. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and just get into this box. I did get a chance to go to the pre-release for Hour of Devastation. I happened to be working that weekend, and I didn't open it the first time. And there we go. So I didn't get a chance to go. So I didn't get a pre-release pack because I knew I wasn't going to be there. But I happened to be in a game shop this evening, and I saw this on the shelf. I think there was like 2 of them left, so I just went ahead and picked it up. Alright, here we go. Out of the sleeve. It's a nice box. I have to admit, they kind of put a lot of work into these pre-release packs, which is not a bad idea because it's PR. Get a nice kit to get started. It sort of serves as a souvenir. You can use like the box as a dice box, I guess. Yeah, there we go. And here we go. What do we have here? We have oh wow, okay, all right. Swarm Intelligence, not a mythic, just rare, 4 rare. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, you may copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copy, and this is a good card. It's expensive if you can ramp into it. So right now I'm working on a Nico Bolas Planeswalker deck that requires ramp, and it's got blue in it. So I guess if I can ramp up to him, I could probably ramp up to something like this. Not sure that I would want to waste the spot for it for 7 mana. But I don't know. It's a nice card. Nice. Maybe not in standard. Maybe just in standard. I don't know. We'll see. Nickel bonus. 5 hours. I guess they were giving away these really, really cool dice. I've asked the guy that runs my shop how I could get some. But I guess I have to go and do the hours. We get our die, our spin down die. I already have one of these. I picked up in a fat pack. Well, they're not called fat packs anymore. They're called, what do they call them now? Bundle boxes. But I like the die. The only problem I with the die is the black on the red. It's a dimly lit room. It's really, really hard to see, so I tend to pick out something with white numbering on it. Maybe something from Fate Reforged. Maybe, I don't know. It doesn't really matter. It's a nice die. It's okay. It's good. But that's not why we're here. Let's get... Oh, that's cool. Wait, that just kind of because I like that. Let's get right into this. I like the design of the box. I just want to go back to the box real quick. This is a cool design. It's a deck box that stands up. Put your dice in there. Put your deck in there. That's cool. I like that. I'm gonna have to hold on to that. Okay, so let's get here. So in a pre-release pack, as everybody knows, of course, you have 4 boosters for the new set and 2 boosters for the old set. And I'm going to go ahead and crack the old set first. Now, I never did much with Em and Ket. I'm very much aware of it, but I guess these would be the first 2 Em and Ket boosters I've opened. Let's go ahead. See what we got. I'm not really interested in the commons or the uncommons. Let's just skip past the commons. Let's take a look, just for pity's sake. Onward to Victory, Trial of Zeal, Decimator Beetle. I like the Decimator Beetle. It's a, it's a 5-drop, 4/5. It's got a nice ability. It's not really anything special. I just like it. And from Heaven to Earth, Heaven deals X damage to each creature with flying. Well, that's a very good card. Deals X damage to each creature without flying. So this will fit in really nicely into a deck with ramp. Absolutely, which is, like I said, the Nicol Bolas deck that I'm building right now. I don't know what these cards are worth. I guess I can look it up and we can discuss that in the comments later. Like this card. Very nice. Very nice. Heaven to Earth. Put that over there. Swamp token. Next one. Okay, not interested in the commons. Well, let's take a look at the uncommons. They're probably nothing spectacular. Warfire, Javelin, Time to Reflect, Deem Worthy, and our rare is Glorious End. Okay. End the turn. Huh. At the beginning of your next end step, you lose the game. That sounds like a terrible card. At the beginning of your next end step, you lose the game. End the turn. Exile all spells and abilities on the stack, including this card. The player whose turn it is discards down to his or her maximum hand size. Damage wears off, and this turn, and until end of turn, effects end. I don't know where you would use this card. If you guys know where you're using this card, because like I said, I haven't played a lot of Amonkhet, but this sounds like a terrible, terrible card. At the end of your next end step, you lose the game. Player whose turn it is discards down to his or her maximum hand size. Damage wears off, and this turn, and until end of turn, effects end. This card confuses me. I'm going to be absolutely honest. I'm confused by this card. But, okay, so I'm going to have to do some, apparently, do some reading about that. That seems strange. Throw a comment in there if you know what we could use that card for, because it's got to have something. It's a rare, for crying out loud. I just don't understand what. Exile all spells and abilities on the stack, including this card. So this card is exiled. Everything else. The player whose turn it is discards down to his or her maximum hand size. Damage wears off, and this turn, and until end of turn, effects end. So, I mean, it throws everything off the stack. Weird. Okay. Next pack. Moving on. Hour of Devastation I'm very familiar with, so I'm just going to go ahead and pass right on through here to Samut the Tested. Well, alright. Not a great card. Still a Planeswalker. Oh, and a foil Desert of the Fervent. Let's look at Samut the Tested here. Okay, Samut the Tested. Let's see. Red, green, and 2. +1 up to 1 target creature gains double strike until end of turn. -2, Samut the Tested deals 2 damage divided as you choose among 1 or 2 target creatures and or players. -7, search your library for up to 2 creature and or planeswalker cards, put them onto the battlefield, then shuffle your library. Okay, like that card. Alright, perfect. Full art land. Alright, next pack. Here we go. Moving right along. I did not anticipate how difficult it would be to open booster packs while in front of a camera. Moving right along to let's see, Fraying Sanity. Now, I don't have this card yet. I want this card, though. At the beginning of each end step, enchanted player puts the top X cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard, where X is the number of cards put into that graveyard from anywhere this turn. This is a good card. in the right deck. Cycling decks for sure. Cycling decks for sure. For many of you who don't know, my philosophy behind Magic is not to go out and buy singles so much as it is to buy, when the set comes out, get a pre-release box, get a booster box, get a fat pack, play with what you get. And maybe somebody will want to trade with you. I'm up for trade, but I pretty much just play with what I got. Okay, so here we go. Next pack. Imaginary Threats, Vile Manifestation, Project. Champion of Wits. Now, I'm playing this card right now in my Nicol Bolas deck because it has this nice draw cards, and it's cheap. Draw cards equals play, and you can eternalize it. So you eternalize it after you ramp up to it, and you draw 4 cards. It's good. When Champion of Wits, because it creates a token. It creates a token that's a copy of it. So it carries this ability, and enters the battlefield, you get 4 cards. You have to discard 2. But that's fine. I want the 4 cards when I eternalize it. That's a good card. Alright, last pack. Here we go. We need some love from this last pack. We haven't done so well. We got Samet. We got Champion of Wits. We got Fraying Mind. Fraying Sanity. We need something good from this pack. Please be good. Alright, here we go. Here we go. Disposal Mummy, Avon. And here we go. Scavenger Grounds. Well, good card. Sacrifice the desert, exile the cards from all graveyards. And in this deck, that's a relevant card because you're dealing with players that are going to be playing cycling and then bringing cards back out of the graveyard, and it's okay. It's a good card. It's not the card that I was hoping for, but hey, that's what you get when you get a booster. Full Art Swamp. You get a booster pack. So I mean, we didn't do too bad. I mean, right? Let's look. Scavenger Grounds, Champion of Wits. I sound like I'm whining about it now. Champion of Wits, Fraying Sanity, good card. Samet the Tested. See, I can use this card in the deck that I'm building now. The ramp up to the Nikolai Bolas. I only have one Nikolai Bolas, and it looks like I may only have one, but.